Wearing a baseball t-shirt while talking about soccer cleats. How American. Before me are two different kinds of cleats. One that I had spent $100 and some odd on, Nike Mercurials, I think is how they're pronounced. I've worn them the entire soccer season. And then the other are $1 soccer cleats that I got off of Amazon. Can you tell which is which? Now straight away, these guys, I don't really know why makers do this. I don't know why brands do this. They have bright white cleats that last for probably like 2 games because then they become, you know, this color. I don't know why manufacturers do that, but white seems to be the preference color, especially with collars, which is really silly because it's gonna be sweaty and it's gonna turn gross, but it gets people to buy it, I guess. And if you're, let's face it, a factory in China, these are probably cheaper to produce. You know, being out here with no shoes on was a really silly idea because all the grass is wet. You know, straight away, they're actually not the worst. And quite honestly, I don't know if you can see that, but the difference between the two, I mean, it's not much. There's a little bit more of a lip right here, but you're basically copying a design that is pretty popular as it is. Like even on the inside, they're not too different. These studs, I don't really know what the difference is between studs and like these have a different name. I don't know what they are, but the studs, the bottoms are different. So the grip is probably gonna be a little bit different, but hey, for $1 cleats, straight away, I'm not mad. I decided to get you guys the POV angle. Wow, they're straight away, they're not terrible. I hope you can see that. Look at the cutout for the laces on the inside. They just cut out the fabric that holds the top together. That's really funny. See, look at the target. That's where you want to hit the ball. That's where you want to make contact. Let's see if we can juggle with them. Yep, they juggle just fine. Huh. You know, one of the biggest issues that I look like a champ right now. One of the biggest issues that you have with cheap shoes like this happened with the Hoax as well. Under low speed, you don't really notice the flaws. It's when you start running or when you start sprinting that you actually start to notice the flaws. I haven't even run yet, and my heel is already starting to get cut on both feet. So that means that there's not too much padding in the actual heel part like there would be with, you know, normal cleats. But if that really is the issue and it's not just my socks or the way that they're poorly fitted, it'll really come out once we start running. So I think we need to start running. Here we go. I'll bend it like Beckham around the tripod. Top right corner. That's not the top right corner. Let's go a little high speed. Oh no. The problem when you only have one ball. That was so bad. I'm totally faking you out, aren't I? Oh, hell. Oh, going this way. Oh no, toe blow. Oh, when you're not that great at soccer and you're testing soccer cleats, at some point you have to acknowledge maybe it's the wizard, not the wand. Right, now I've been wearing these for about half an hour, 40 minutes now, and I have some thoughts. First off, are they good? Yeah, they actually are. They far exceeded my expectations for cleats that cost $1. The grip really isn't too bad. The studs held up pretty well. In fact, I mean, basically everything held up pretty well. Are my Nike cleats better than these? Yeah, of course they are. There's more padding in them. I've pretty much worn them for a year now, and they still held up great throughout the entire season. I'm a little worried that after like 3 games, these would just disintegrate. But I mean, for dollar cleats, they're really light. They're flexible, so maneuverable. That's exactly what you want. Anytime that you have cheap cleats or shoes, anytime that there's molding and fabric coming together, that stitching is always the first thing to go. It frays, it splits, and then it basically is the beginning of the end for those cleats. This though, I mean, I've worn them for less than an hour and I haven't seen any sort of issues, any sort of wear and tear. I mean, just natural staining, that's all you get. The collar's pretty cool. I didn't think with like cleats that were gonna be this cheap, I'd be able to get a collar. Yeah, for the most part, they're pretty darn good. However, there are two main reasons why I feel like I can't really recommend them. Number one, you've got a little bit of padding, but it's not nearly enough. And the problem is the stitching between this padding right here, the inside of the shoe, and the collar, look at how pokey it is. It's like a razor blade. It's not too sharp to touch right here, but when you're wearing them and you're applying pressure to it, it kind of cuts you like a razor. And just the limited time I've worn them, the backs of my heels are already like raw. So I feel like if I were to wear them for 2 or 3 games, every time I wore them, I would need Band-Aids on my heel in order to get through a game. But the big reason why I can't recommend these cleats is because you can't buy them. They're sold out on Amazon. The company is completely dead. I have a small inkling that the factory had made too many of these cleats, too many of these shells, and they needed to just off them somehow. So they were just like, screw it. We're gonna sell them for dirt cheap on Amazon for $1. And we'll try to off as many as we can to clear the warehouse. That's what I'm assuming happened. There are several copycats of $5, $4 cleats that you can buy on Amazon. I don't know how those are gonna be, but if they stack up like these guys, I mean, they're serviceable. That's what they are, they're serviceable. I really wanted to hate them because imagine, these sold for $1. Imagine the working conditions of the factory that went into making them, the wages that they're paying these people, if they're paying them wages at all. I really wanted to hate these cleats, but I have to call it like I see it. I know it would make really good content if they were just like, if they exploded on my foot, but I mean, they're really not bad. If you can get your hands on them, like if you have a kid that's trying out soccer and they don't know if they wanna stick with it, they wanna try it out for a couple games, they would work. They would definitely work. Or if you're an adult and you wanna try like a soccer league and you're only gonna play in like a game or two, yeah, I think that they would work. They would hold up just fine. Really, I'm thoroughly impressed with the, I don't even know what the name of these are. The full Nikes. We're gonna call them the full Nike swooshes. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. If you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. More content to come. And until then, I'll see y'all next time. Now, I feel like it would be a disservice to end this video without scoring a banger of a goal. So here's the plan. There's the tripod I just got done filming. We're gonna bend it around the tripod into the net. Oh yeah. Oh, money. Oh, that's beautiful.